So have you ever wondered about creating your own product line for your hair and makeup business? Well, my guest today on the Bridal Business TV and for those of you watching on the podcast today is the amazing Sheri Vegas of the Australian brand Makeup Weapons. Add her in to this in just a few seconds. So I'm going to be talking to Sheri all about how she created Makeup Weapons and how she is moving her business forward. So I'm just allowing everyone to come into the stream today. I'm so excited to have her on with us today. I will add her in just a few seconds. I'm going to just click on my button here. So thank you to those of you listening and watching on the replay. I appreciate you all so much. If you have any questions for Sheri, and you are listening to us on the replay, if you have any questions for me, feel free to email them in, dawn@bridalbusinessschool.com, or come over onto Facebook Messenger, and DM me, and I will pass your questions on over to Sheri. But let's add her in to the broadcast. I'm really excited. Hello, Sheri.
Hi.
Can you hear me good?
Yes, I can.
Excellent. I'm so pleased to be speaking with you today. Guys, for those of you who have not heard of Sheri or her brand, let me just give you a quick introduction. Sheri is one of Australia's leading beauty professionals. She is one of our industry experts here in Australia. And Sheri was the winner of the Best Makeup Thinker of the Year in 2018. And her brand, Makeup Weapons, was the winner of the Best Independent Makeup Brand of the Year in 2018. And she's been placed in the top 10 finalists for Australian Beauty Industry Awards and the Makeup Artist of the Year category. Wow, for the last 5 years. And Sheri's brand is actually a range of luxury and accredited cruelty-free makeup brushes and tools. I'm going to get to talking with her about that today. So I'm so delighted to learn more. Can I just say, wow, Sheri, what an impressive bio, because also you have not even reached the tender age of 30 yet, am I right?
No.
So we've done all this. This is just so thrilling. I'm so excited to be speaking with you. Guys, for those of you that are coming on, saying hello, thank you so much. We really appreciate you joining with us today. Sheri, let's get started because I would love to hear about how you kind of got into makeup and where this all came from. So can you just start sort of at the beginning?
Yeah, so I always loved makeup, and throughout high school I did it on my friends when we were to go out. And then my mum just suggested it as a career, and I never thought it could be one. And then when I looked into it, I realized that there was so many avenues that makeup could take you. And yeah, I went and studied a diploma, and that's how I got into it.
Yeah, so you actually went and studied at a school, at a makeup school?
Yes.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
I studied at the Academy of Makeup.
Yeah, brilliant. And so you've been doing this for a little while now. And how has kind of your career progressed? Because I know personally that I came across you because of your art background, and you actually, you're an artist as well, right?
Yeah, so throughout high school, I always studied art. And then when I discovered makeup, that kind of took over for my creative side, because you get to express yourself so much with makeup. And then recently, in the last few years, I got back into art because I wanted to explore that avenue again. And now I do both.
Yeah, awesome. I think there's a lot of makeup artists out there who do have a little bit of an art background or find themselves in that. I've actually interviewed a few others, and they've said that art played quite a role when they were kind of early on in their career, which is amazing. So how did you then progress to thinking, oh, I know, I'll start my own makeup brush line? How did that come about?
It was basically out of necessity, because when we were studying, we always got told that the best brushes were real hair brushes. And then when I actually looked into how real hair brushes were made, and that it's not the nicest way that they are made, like the animals are not treated well, or they are basically killed for their fur, I didn't want to be using those products anymore. And I couldn't find any quality brushes that were on the market that were completely vegan. So that's how I decided that I was going to make my own.
Yeah, so that was important, for doing that cruelty-free vegan product line. That played a huge role in why you designed it, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So how did you go about kind of, sort of seeking, sourcing and kind of you know, sort of bringing it into fruition? Sort of how did that kind of go about? Did you start sort of seeking things overseas, or is it something that you've been working with like one-on-one with people? I think it's interesting because I know about how they'd love to have their own brush line or makeup line, but you know, it takes a lot of hard work and dedication, right?
Yeah, definitely. It took me 3 years to develop my original set of 12 brushes. And there was a lot of back and forth. And there was a lot of contacting different manufacturers and sourcing and seeing if they could do what I wanted. And because I was designing something from scratch from my actual drawings, and I had very like requirements that needed to be met because they had to be 100% vegan, it was quite hard in the beginning to find anyone that could meet all those requirements. But then I did eventually find a manufacturer that would be happy to use synthetic hair, and we actually worked together and developed this synthetic hair that is now the highest grade synthetic hair on the market.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, and I think people need to understand that, like you said, it's taken you 3 years to get that into development stages, and it's taken that long for a reason, because you're making sure that it's the quality that you were looking for.
Yeah, definitely. And I wanted to bring out something that professionals and non-professionals, just people who loved makeup, could both use. And I wanted to do a set of 12 that could be for everyone, and you could do whatever makeup application you wanted, and there'd be a brush for that.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, that's what I love about it, because it's just such a range, and of course that's evolving all the time as well.
Yes.
Now, talking about, we'll go a bit more into that in just a sec, but speaking about sort of moving through the makeup, and obviously with the industry awards that you've got, and you've been nominated for now consecutively, how have other people played a role in your makeup career? Have you had mentors and trainers, coaches, that kind of stuff? Have you had anyone that has really influenced you in your journey?
I have had a few people that have really supported and influenced me. Definitely my mum. She has a really strong business background, and so that's how I think I've been so successful as an artist, because I have been able to create a business from it. And I think there's lots of people out there that are amazing artists, but they don't necessarily have that background to take it into make it a business.
Yeah.
And then I would also say Becca Gilmartin and Trish from Lord magazine have been really influential. They've always been 100% supportive, and they've just built a really positive like community around themselves where they support other artists. So
yeah, and I think that's you know, having that kind of mentorship, even just having people, like you said, just that support you and support what you do, is really important. And family, obviously, playing a huge role as well with mum. So let's talk a little bit about kind of bridal and sort of how much bridal that you do, and how that kind of plays a role in your makeup career.
Yes, I've done bridal since the start. I studied back in 2000, and I can't even remember. I think it's been 10 years, but yeah, I've always done bridal. I think bridal is a great way, if you want to be an artist, to get regular bookings, and to make sure that, you know, you're always going to have jobs. Weddings never get cancelled, but editorial work can get cancelled. So it's always going to be like a stable income, and it's a nice, positive work environment. You know, brides, they're celebrating their most happy day. And yeah, so even though I have pulled back a little bit from doing a ton of bridal, because Makeup Weapons has taken over as a full-time job, I still love to do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, guys, thank you so much for coming in. Everyone who's coming in right now, thank you so much. I'm speaking with the amazing Sheri Vegas, creator of Makeup Weapons, and she's telling me a little bit about her story and her product line. So Sheri, what's coming up for you in the future? What's happening with Makeup Weapons? And you know, what have you got coming up? And so I know that you have developed, you've obviously got more than just the original 12 brushes. So that's moved on first of all, right?
Yes. So we've now got 14 brushes. We've also brought out biodegradable glitters. So they're 100% plastic free. A massive focus for Makeup Weapons is to be a plastic-free cosmetic range, which is unheard of. There isn't really any out there at the moment. And it is quite hard because everything is in plastic. So our next goal is we're developing a line of clean beauty eyeshadows. So we'll hopefully have those out by the middle of the year, and obviously continue bringing out amazing makeup brushes.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So we've got makeup, some actual eyeshadows as well. That's brilliant. Oh, that's really exciting.
Yes, it is very exciting developing the cosmetic range. We are working with a cosmetic pharmacist, and as all of our products are vegan, we are sticking to that, as well as using clean beauty ingredients and just making it a general overall clean product.
Yeah, awesome. And for anyone who is, I mean, anyone that's not in Australia, can they purchase the makeup weapons range?
Yeah, so we ship internationally.
Yeah, awesome. So, and have you got, do you do sort of like a stockist range? Is it something that people can, you know, if artists can buy into? What happens with that kind of side of things?
So we do have a pro membership. So if you're a makeup artist or if you're a beauty therapist, hairstylist, you can apply online to be a pro member, where you'll get a discount to the whole entire range. And then we also do have stockists. So our products are stocked in many makeup supply stores as well.
Awesome. And you do a fair amount of editorial and photo work, is that correct? Sort of shoots,
Yes.
commercial shoots, and how's that been sort of fitting in with everything that you do?
So that's kind of what I specialize in. I really love the atmosphere when you're on set.
Yeah.
And it fits really well in with makeup weapons, because I can develop products and test them out while I'm on set and see how they photograph and see how they work and how they wear.
Yeah, God, that's yeah, that's great being able to do that. So testing out the products, and then just like you said, one of the things I think with developing new lines is going to be how they photograph. So that's going to be awesome with the makeup. And so, what do you see kind of? What do you see kind of moving forward? Like, are you working around Australia? Are you overseas? What are you up to with your with makeup weapons and or with your commercial stuff right now?
Yes, so I'm always traveling around Australia to do events with our stockists, but also to do more commercial jobs. So I tend to always be in Sydney, Melbourne, or Brisbane, one of those. And we are actually looking at expanding the range overseas. So that is a possibility in the future, that we'll be traveling through America and the UK, expanding the range.
Yeah, awesome. So have you got some advice that you want to give anyone out there that, number one, is growing their hair and makeup business, but also if they wanted to look into creating their own product line, what kind of advice would you give anyone?
I feel like the best advice that I ever got was, you're never going to be 100% ready. And if you keep waiting and waiting and waiting until everything is perfect and everything is ready, it's never ever going to reach that. So you need to just do it. And I would say, if you were thinking about starting your own line, you really need to research it. You need to know your demographic. You need to know how you'll market it. You need to know what, are you going to sell it to stockists, or are you going to just sell it online? There's a lot of research into it. And you need to bring out something original, which will make people go and buy it off you, than just whacking your name on a product that you can get anywhere.
Yeah, so that, as in, yeah, I know what you mean. So kind of private labeling.
Yes.
Yeah.
Private labeling, it's great if you've got your own salon and you just want to have your own line. But if you are trying to make it into a world-known brand, it will never get there, because what's to stop someone else from getting the same products and putting their name on it and doing the same thing?
Yes, yeah, I'm with you. So that kind of works on a smaller scale, is what you're saying. Yeah. Private labeling works on a smaller scale. If you've got your own, like you said, salons or studios at home, that works. But if you want to get it out there, it's going to take a lot of time and a lot of dedication. Yeah. So do you run courses at the moment with regards to makeup, or is it just mainly you're doing your education with your makeup weapons stockists?
Yeah, so mostly with our stockists, it's one of the ways that we can help support our stockists is by doing in-store education. So I will travel around and do demos and just help educate on our products and just on different techniques that they might have not learned. And generally, they're always just a part of the store to support their customers as well.
Yeah, awesome. All right, I'm going to just have a quick look at the messages that are coming in, just to see if we've got any questions. Let's have a look. Okay, so someone's saying that it's their dream job to do makeup, which is awesome. So I think Sheri's just given us some great tips there. So someone said, I'm going to do a makeup course and my goal is to own my own business in makeup. Can you give me some tips? So yeah.
I would say with that, obviously getting the right education, research what course that you're going to do to make sure it's going to suit you, and kind of know what style of makeup. There's many different categories in the makeup industry. You know, you can work on film sets, you can work on television, you can work in the bridal industry, you can work in editorial, and they all pay differently. And you've got to find which one is like your true passion. I think at the start you'll tend to try a bit of everything to kind of work that out. And then once you know which one is yours, that's where you've got to put your focus to. And you've got to do a bit of research and marketing and really put yourself out there. And a great way to do that is via Instagram.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, I was going to ask that, Sheri. So how much has social media played a role in your business and growing the makeup brands, the Makeup Weapons brand?
I think social media is one of the best keys that you can have as a business, because it's free and you can get in contact with your direct client base with like the touch of a button. It's so simple and easy. The majority of our follow through comes from Instagram. So when we look at our website, we can see that we get 60% traffic from Instagram alone. So Instagram is very important to us, and it is also great because it is free, that we've got this amazing free marketing tool that helps bring us in money and sales. So we really invest time into our Instagram, and also communicate with our followers and find out what they want, because we can literally ask them on a poll, what are they after, and really target and understand what our demographic is.
Yeah, absolutely. And I say all the time that we can all sort of groan and moan about the Instagram and or Facebook algorithms. But the fact is, it is a free platform and we just have to learn to use it properly. And if we use it, you know, you just said there, we can reach out to our customers directly and actually find out what they want. And I think one of the keys to building a successful business in the hair industry, not hair and makeup industry, not just even the wedding industry, is, like you said, really identifying your client and then just understanding what it is that they want from you. Because if you can understand that, then you can create your own products and services to meet those clients. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, definitely. And I feel like you need to be 100% original to yourself. You know, I have my own makeup style, so my clients come to me for that style. I don't do crazy heavy makeup that someone else might want. So people that want that will go to an artist that is posting.
Right, my phone keeps making a mess.
Yeah. So what clients you want to attract is by what you put out there. So when people request me, they want my signature makeup, they're not going to want someone else's style, because they'll then request that person. So I feel like you need to just be true to yourself with Instagram, and that way you'll attract people that you want to attract.
Yeah, absolutely. I think don't go over the top with your images. Don't post things that you don't actually want to do, or you're not passionate about. And I think what you're saying as well there, Sheri, is that by finding that client and finding that style that you're really comfortable with, and I say this all the time, is that when you find that little part of the market that you really fit in, you will nail those looks every single time. And like you said, people will come back to you continuously because they know that you can do that look that they want, you know, without fail. So yeah, that's a great answer. So I hope that answers some of your questions, guys. I think Sheri is hitting the nail on the head. Find your target market, find your niche within the industry, and then use that to grow your business. Don't show something dramatic, crazy, heavy-eyed if your signature style is really that natural look, because you're not going to attract your clients in that way. So awesome. So thank you so much, Sheri. Now, Sheri, I wanted to ask you as well, when it comes to marketing your brand as well, not just on social media, but when it comes to kind of sharing your brand with your other stylists, do you find that Instagram pulls in like commercial, sort of other, not just hair and makeup artists, but that are, I guess, independent, but also maybe it pulls in your commercial clients a little bit as well because they know that you've got the brand?
Yeah, definitely. I think Instagram's really changed the makeup industry. And I feel like you've just got to kind of go with it. So back in the day, it was always done through agencies. So if you got signed by an agency, brands would go that way. But now brands are sourcing makeup artists directly because they can have a look at their portfolio in one click. And there it is. It's sitting there. They don't need to go through a third party anymore. So I definitely do think that Instagram can attract a lot of attention. You've just got to know how to work it.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, Sheri. This has been great talking with you. I want to ask you a couple of extra things. I'm just going to do another check. If anyone else has got any questions, please let us know. I'm just going to go back and just check if there's anyone else who has been asking questions for us. But if you guys have got any questions for Sheri, now is the time to post them. And if you're not following Sheri, make sure that you are after this conversation. You go to makeup_weapons, and you're quite active on Instagram. I know that as well. But before I let you go, a couple of quick questions. These are my kind of fast round here. So if you could choose 3 of your brushes, which 3 would you choose? What's your pick of them?
The ones that I always go for is the Dome Foundation brush because it can work with any foundation, any base, and it blends it out flawlessly. I would say I would go for my 1.6 pointed blender brush because that way I can get a really good blend on all of my eyeshadows, and the 1.2 small tapered powder brush because I can do my contour, my blush, my highlight with all of that. So I could probably do a whole look with those three brushes.
That's so awesome. Awesome. Okay, and then what's one thing you'd like the viewers to take away with them today? What is it that you'd like to just share with everyone?
I think be original and focus on what you're doing and don't focus on what anyone else is doing, because otherwise that takes attention off what you're doing. And I just say, like, you know, stick to your style, find your niche. You're always going to work twice as hard trying to do something that someone else is doing than to just follow what you're really passionate about. Yeah,
I 100% back that up. Be you, be the person that you really want to be, and work hard. And I think one of the things I see from you, Sheri, is that you've got a very, very good work ethic because you are a very busy lady. But you enjoy that side of it. You enjoy the part, you're passionate about what you do, and I think that's what shows.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like work if you're passionate about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Sheri, thank you so much for spending your time with us today. I really, truly appreciate it. For anybody that wants to follow Sheri, go to makeup_weapons. Sheri, where else can they find you? Where can they find the brush line?
So the brush line is on our website, which is makeupweapons.com.au.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Sheri.
Thank you.
Have the most wonderful day. Thank you.
You too.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Oh my God, wasn't that amazing? Thank you so much, Sheri. That was fantastic. It's so good to hear from an actual makeup artist who is really moving forward in the industry, and actually she's just so passionate about what she does, and she's just got some great advice. So thank you to those of you who have been watching us today. I hope that you enjoyed the live stream. I hope that you enjoyed me chatting with Sheri. I think this has just been absolutely awesome. Take care, everyone, and have the most fantastic day. All right, guys. Bye for now.